Oh, hello! Well, welcome to my storage unit. What are you doing here? Oh, you would like me to tell you a story? Well, I would love to tell you a story. In fact, I was just looking at some things that were reminding me of some really great stories. So you want to hear one? Okay, well, come on in and sit down. Yeah, and pay attention. I got a great one to tell you today. Like I always like to open my stories with, once upon a time, a long, long time ago. But this time I think I'm going to open my story with, once upon a time, there was a woman who lived on the side of a mountain in a teepee. And this woman had a laptop where she did kingdom work for the King of the universe. Well, one day, this woman's laptop died. Okay, it almost died. And it made the woman very, very sad and very frustrated, for there was many years of work on this laptop. So the woman put the laptop into its case and she began to pray. She had no money to fix it on her own. She was very poor. And so she let the king deal with it. And one day, a week later or so, 4 o'clock in the morning, the Ruach HaKodesh wakes the lady up and shows her a picture. And so in her head, at 4 o'clock in the morning, she sees herself out in a field holding the laptop over her head. So the woman got up and got her laptop out of the bag, got her slippers on and her house coat on, and she walks down the trail and out to a place that looked like the place in the picture. And she goes out and it begins to drizzle. The rain starts to come. So she takes the lap book and she throws it over her head and she says, "You either fix this or you buy me another." And with that, she put her laptop back in its case and she turned around. She walked back up the trail. And as the sun was just rising, there was some light in the sky. Well, a little bit later, the husband wakes up. And he looks over at his wife and he says, "Woman, would you like to go to town with me and get some lumber?" And because it was raining and because she was sad, she said, "Okay." So she stopped her cleaning and she went to town with her husband. And after they got lumber, then he asks her, "Woman, would you like to go get coffee with me?" And she said, "Okay." She doesn't get out very much. So they went to a coffee shop. And while they were there, she got a tea and she found a nice comfy chair to sit in. And she took her cell phone, which of course didn't get reception on the mountain, but it did in town. She took her cell phone and she sat back in that very comfy chair with the side wings. And she huddled right there, her heart very heavy, praying, hoping that Papa would come through for her, but then also trying to let go of it in case he didn't. And it's his computer anyway. It was his work on there that she was doing. So she looks at her phone and she can get her email on her phone. So the lady is sitting there with her sipping her tea and she gets on the phone and her email comes through. A new one that she hadn't seen before from someone she had never met before. And the email says something like this: "Hello. I know that you don't know me, but we have a mutual friend, and I have learned of your situation. I want you to know that I have sold a bike and provision is on its way to you. It should be there by Friday." And the woman got so excited and she just started crying and she fell to the floor in the cafe and she started praising Papa's name. She started thanking him so much for what he was going to send. And so, of course, the woman is happy now. They go back to the teepee. They wait all week long. And come Friday, the whole family gets dressed up nice because they think they're going to go meet the gift that the king is bringing. They go to the mailbox. And they open up the box, and there is this gift, this letter from this complete stranger. So, okay, they got into the car and they went down to the beach. And it was a beautiful day. The sun was shining. It was a blue sky day. And they sit on the beach. It's in the middle of the summer. They're sitting on the beach. And they look at the package and they open it. And inside were two items. A jar like this, a herb jar, and an envelope. Now, the envelope had the husband's name on it. So she gives the envelope to the husband. And he opens it, and there's a letter in there for him, and there is $1,000. And the lady and the husband were shocked. But the letter said that $1,000 was for the husband to use to go fishing. The lady's heart sank. She thought for sure the provision was going to be for her, but it looked like there was nothing in the package for her. Behind the lady was her older daughter, and her older daughter was playing with the herb jar. And she was sitting there playing with it. And then she says, "Mom, this doesn't sound like there's any herbs in there. It didn't go like this." So she handed the herb jar to the mom. And the woman looked at it, and she opened it. And lo and behold, inside was not herbs, but instead a wad of $100 bills with a note for her. And she takes them out, and they count them, and there is enough money for the lady to get a new laptop. The lady and the family were so excited that the King of the universe saw the need and came through so fast for her. They got down on their knees and they thanked Papa with all their hearts for him showing up. And the lady had a new computer by the end of a couple weeks. And she was back doing kingdom work. Isn't that a great story? Yep, and it is a true story. And I bet you know who the woman was, right? Well, those are my favorite stories. The ones that we can see where the king comes through, where the Papa just saw the need and he acted. He's an Elohim of action. Let's never forget that. And if you have had anything happen to you like that, you need to write it down so that you remember. Super cool. So thank you for listening to my story. And I hope that you come back for another one because I've got lots more to share. All right. Bye-bye.